All right, awesome. Thank you everyone for joining us for another mission briefing. I have with me Daniel Phiri. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. And
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
for saying my name right.
Hey, no problem. Don't worry, I'll mess it up. You can find him on the internet as Malgambez.
Yep, that's it, Malcolm. Is anywhere on the internet,
There you go.
everywhere.
Everywhere. And it's right below the title of the stream right there, so you can find them, follow them. Yeah, so quick introduction of what's going to happen today, and then I'll let Daniel do a more in depth introduction of yourself. Yeah, we're going to take a look at getting started with GraphQL and Vue. I know almost nothing about Vue. Daniel knows a lot about Vue, so he's going to help me figure out Vue. He also knows a lot about GraphQL. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I really appreciate you coming on here and kind of walking me through this. Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining us. Do you want to maybe introduce yourself to folks who might not be familiar?
yeah, sure. My introduction is pretty short. I'm Daniel Phiri. Malcolm is anywhere online. I do DevRel at Strappy. I love Vue and GraphQL, and I DJ. So
Oh,
again,
nice.
Mixcloud slash Malcolm.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. Very cool. I did not know
Yeah,
that you DJ. Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
I need to be a bit more public about that.
Yeah, yeah, heck yeah, yeah. You should. Later on or now, even if you want. Like, do you have like SoundCloud or something, or anywhere we can check out some of your music? Anything on Spotify or anything?
I have stuff on Mixcloud. I'm scared SoundCloud will take me down, so I haven't
Uh,
put anything there.
yeah, 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 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, later on, if you don't mind, I'd love that link. I'd like to check it out.
Oh, definitely. Let me look for it.
Cool. Awesome. While you do that, I'm going to do just kind of like a quick. Let me actually switch over here to get this desktop view going. Oh my God, I got too many scenes now. I got to like figure out where I'm at. There we go. So let's flip on over. Yeah, we're just going to take
I'm
a
just
look
closing
at.
tabs too.
Yeah, yeah. Too many tabs, too many everythings. Yeah, we're just going to take a look at um, Vue.js. So, for Daniel, if you don't mind, kind of maybe walk me through like what do you like about Vue? What kind of sets it apart from other front end frameworks? And yeah, why is it like your go-to, or is it your go-to? I mean, I just know you know a lot of Vue.
Oh, it's been my go-to for a while, and it's a really good question. I particularly went for Vue because it seemed easier. It's like I started out with React was when like I started my front end programming journey,
Yeah,
and I don't know, JSX was like a pain.
yeah,
Even though you can use React without JSX, I don't know, everything just seemed super heavy. And like as a newbie in web development, my only experience was HTML and CSS and
yeah, yeah,
very basic JavaScript. So like one Vue was super approachable. Like every tutorial was very straightforward. I got everything I wanted immediately. I got into it, and like there's other ways of using Vue. Of course, you can use JSX in Vue too, like
right.
contrary to popular opinion. But like the idea of templating, so like when we get into the code, you see how like Vue separates all the files. So, like inside a one Vue file, like you have like what do you have? Like index.view, you have like a section where you just mess around with HTML, a section where you
Yeah,
mess around with like your JavaScript and CSS. And that made so much sense. And yeah, documentation is pretty great.
gotta love that. That's always strong. Yeah,
Community is amazing.
that's what I hear too. Yeah,
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 I don't know what to not love about you. Plus the
cool.
bundle's smaller if you're into that type of stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Yeah, these are all great reasons to love you, sounds like to me. Okay, so here we are. We want to build. Oh, shouldn't it be Vue version 3? Should I be on version 3? Like, is it the new?
Um, that's the new one, and it came out like a week ago.
So, but is this
Um,
now the same as this? I don't think so.
No, they're very different. Let's go with version 2 for now because version 3 isn't yet like
Re-
there.
Gotcha.
And
It's like a beta or
yeah,
something? Okay.
yeah, so let's do version 2 for now.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Sounds good to me. All right. So, what do we do? I want to build a Vue app. What's the most like popular way to get started building Vue apps? Is there like some kind of like um,
Good question.
CLI thing or something? You know, like yeah.
Yeah. So we can go with like the CLI, the Vue CLI. If you click Get Started,
Okay, let's do that.
on like the page,
Yeah.
you should see. Um, Actually, is this it? There should be a section for the CLI somewhere. If you scroll down, there's like a command. Well, I know the command, but it's better if you like copy and paste it. So
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, I mean,
there you
yeah, I
go.
want to get to the docs for it if we can. Components in depth, tooling, single file components. That's what you were talking about, where like everything's together, right? I think maybe I missed
Exactly.
it. Installation. Oh,
Okay, it's
here we
probably
go. View
yeah. Oh yeah, there we
DevTools,
go.
View
CLI.
Direct Script, CDN, CLI. Yes, thank you. There we go. All right, provides an official CLI. So let's go here. Check this out. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Boom.
A lot of sense actually.
There we go.
Oh
View
yeah, I forgot it
CLI.
had like its own dedicated page, so
Yeah.
that's where we had to go.
Well, let's drop that in chat in case anyone's following along. Boom. There we go. All right, so let's get started with the Vue CLI. Vue
Yes,
isn't
let's
quite
do
ready
it.
yet for production. Router and Vuex not quite there yet. Before it goes stable. Yeah, it's the thing about like bigger projects and frameworks is that even if they make like a major release, you gotta kind of also
Yeah,
wait a little bit for the ecosystem to make the major release as well. Yeah. Um,
exactly. The tooling's got
yeah.
to evolve, and like everyone's got to come on. So
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So Vue CLI is a thing. Let's do this at. Let's blow this up a little bit so it's larger. Boom. All right.
there we go.
CLI plugins. But where does it tell me
How to
like how to
install it.
install and run it?
Installation. So like this is just an overview on the left.
Boop. Ah,
Yeah,
thank
there we
you.
go.
There we go. Ayo. All right. Terminal time.
Oh, there
Let's
we
make.
go. I see some familiar names in the chat.
Uh-oh,
Hey,
who's
Derek.
showing up?
Derek's my
Hello,
teammate.
folks.
So
Nice. Very cool.
yeah,
Thanks for joining us. Projects. Okay, Kemple, and then yarn add global, or is it global add? Yarn
yeah. Yarn
global
global
add
add.
at Vue CLI.
So I'm very happy using Yarn.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
it's the
good.
other way. So like the global comes right after Yarn. Yeah, that's that's the stuff.
That's it. That's what we're after. Nice. Very cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna install this, and then I guess we'll. What do we do here? We're gonna. Well, that's
Yeah, and then after like installing, we can use it to like scaffold the project.
nice.
So if you like under basics, if you go to create a project on the yeah, there we go.
Ah, cool. Vue create, and then it'll like drop it into whatever folder, like whatever name you give it, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I've been wanting to install a or like add a Twitch bot command for like elevator music whenever I do like yarn or npm installs because it
Takes
well
time.
it just takes forever. So it'd be nice to have something going on in chat. All right. So now I should be able to do, well, Vue create. I'm in the directory I want to be in there. Vue create. And then what are we going to do? We're going to try this movie thing? We're going to try
Yeah,
it,
let's do
right?
the movie.
Uh, Vue Vs. Is that too weird if we call it
Also,
Vue Vs, like movies, but Vue? Vue
Vue.
Vs?
Yeah, Vue is good. Also, like when you search Vue on a non-programmer's computer, there's apparently like a global cinema chain, or I think it's a UK thing. There's a cinema called Vue, so
Oh,
that's
really?
very funny.
That is funny. Let's try
Yeah,
this. Uh-oh.
Vue is good.
Nice, cool. All right, so we're gonna do that. So we got default view. Oh, it's already got set up the CLI to handle 3 preview if you want. But we've got default Vue to Babel and ESLint, and then we've got manually select features. We should just take the default, right?
Yeah, let's go with the default.
Yeah, let's do that. Boom. Yarn is our package manager. All right, I think we can agree on that.
Very much so. Yarn is my favorite.
Let's do it. Boom. Yarn it is.
Also, your elevator music idea is really good. I need to see that happen.
Yeah, I need to make it happen. And so I've just started adding support for sounds. Like when we get a follow, there's a sound, and it's not working quite yet, but we built like a soundboard app on stream, myself and Trevor Blades, and
yeah,
there we go. I don't know if anyone heard that. Yeah, I don't know if anyone heard the bop, but I've been trying to get this to work. It doesn't always work, but you can bop. I think you can whoosh. No, not whoosh. I can't remember what they are. But there's a few of them. I think zap is one. Let's try zap. Hey. Yes, Hey, what's up, Xander? Thank you for joining us. Oh, cool. It's done. So it has, let's see what it did. CD Vue Vs and Yarn Serve. Very cool. So let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Vue Vs. Actually, I'm not going to do Yarn Serve. I'm going to do code, and I'll open it up. We'll do Yarn Serve from in there. This way I can send you a live share link, and then we'll try and do this collaboratively.
Awesome. Let me bring VS Code up.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. And then what I'll do is I'll drop the link on Skype, and then yeah, we'll be good to go. I wish I could remember what the other two sounds are. It was honk, but I think we maybe changed it to horn. Yeah.
Every time I hear honk, I think of ducks. Or is it
geese? Or geese. Now that's what I want to put in there for honk. I want like a honk, like a geese honk, you know? All right, so I've got this open. Let me do the whole live share song and dance. We'll get this going. All right, so it's copied. Let me get Skype going. Oh, cool. And also, I saw you drop that Mixcloud link. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, anytime. Right. Okay. Let's open.
Rubber chicken squeak. Yes, that is one that I need. Yeah. Help is not found? That's weird. It should be. Try -- help. There you go. Oh, I don't have the sounds in there yet. I need to update that. I'm telling you. Keeping your Twitch bot updates up to speed it's very difficult.
I tried streaming to Twitch once, and I don't know, like it went well, I guess, but it kept crashing after some time. So,
yeah.
Like I didn't even hit like affiliate, so I stopped.
Yeah. I don't stream as much on my like personal account, but I mean honestly that's only because I stream so often here, and I can only stream so much, right? Like, but yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like streaming. It was very hard at first. There's a very steep learning curve. But now that everything's set up, it's pretty nice. Every once in a while I do hit weird issues, like 2 weeks ago, where OBS just decided that it was going to crash every time I opened it. That was fun. And then...
And it just did not work.
Yeah, it just did not work. But so the funny thing is I use OBS, like the plain OBS, because Streamlabs OBS started doing that. I opened it up and it would just start crashing and closing, so I went to OBS. So I was terrified when that happened to us 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh man, hopefully I can get this figured out. But I reinstalled it and boom, it started working. Were you able to join? Not yet.
Yeah, it's still
loading.
I've actually joined. I think it's just loading the file tree.
Got it. Okay, it's not showing you as joined yet here.
Yeah, it might take
it might take a minute. But while that
it opened like another tab. I had.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying it opened another tab, so I think it was still like initialized and everything.
Oh, got it.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll give that a second to get itself sorted out. In the meantime, why don't you tell me a little bit about like your history with Vue and GraphQL? What's like your preferred method of working with Vue in general and in GraphQL. I'm just very curious. Like, I'm on the outside of that community, so it's like I always like to hear what people's like, favorite tools and setups are.
Yeah, sure. Um, so it's been pretty interesting. I got into both Vue and GraphQL at about the same time. Um, well, like it's like 2017. 2017, I was going through like the GitHub Campus Expert program, and we had like a module on GraphQL, and I skipped it. Like I ignored it intentionally because I was like, "What is this hard stuff? I do not want to play around with it." And then, like fast forward a year later, I got an internship at Hasura, and I was like, I have to use GraphQL.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, so around that time is sort of when I also started playing around with Vue, and like I didn't really have anyone doing Vue stuff, and so it was sort of me building like the demo apps for the Vue community and trying to get like GraphQL stuff working with Vue. And it was also still very early in the whole Apollo GraphQL support, like for Vue. So it was quite the thing. The developer experience was not as good as it is today.
Yeah.
So like getting stuff running was good, but I feel like it helped me learn quite a lot about how to make both of them work together.
Yeah.
So at the time, GraphQL and Apollo, yeah, things were going great. And you could get stuff running, you could do queries, you could do mutations. I think they were still working on subscription support at the moment. And yeah, it was fun. How I used to work with Vue and GraphQL is, of course, I use single file components, and the CLI, of course, those are like big parts of my Vue workflow. And like I think this is quite opinionated. A lot of people like to do like what's the word? Inline GraphQL
Yeah.
operations. Like when you're making queries and mutations, people just like to add them to have everything in your component. I like to like separate everything and just have like a folder that stores everything.
Yeah.
So I have like all my mutations nicely organized and linted in like a GraphQL file.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like GraphQL tag is pretty big also in my workflow. I
Yeah.
like to use that quite a bit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like kind of like what I do in React, just with some slight differences. I guess
Yeah.
like it's just a different front end framework. So okay, I think you're joined. I think it looks like.
Yeah.
So let's try this out. So what I'm gonna do is open a terminal, and I'm gonna share it with you. And I'm gonna do yarn serve,
Ooh.
right? That was the command, yarn serve. Yarn server. All right, yarn serve. We can close this out, and I'm just gonna find well, I'm gonna guess it's app.vue.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think I'm signed in. Should I sign in?
Oh, it's showing you up as there. It says that.
Oh, great. Okay.
And then I don't
Oh,
have.
that's good.
Yeah, I need an extension for Vue. Wow, showing my true colors
That's
right now. I did. I did install the extension. Hopefully, it doesn't make me reload the window, because otherwise, I should have thought about this ahead of time. Then we'll
probably
have to
not.
do
What
like.
does it say?
I have to install the Vue like syntax highlighting and stuff like that.
Oh, the VS Code extension.
Yeah, VS
Okay.
Code extension. I don't have it. I don't have syntax highlighting for Vue.
That's mine's mine's looking pretty sweet. I'll
Nice.
wait for you to get yours up and
Yeah, I bet yours looks
and
great. Yeah, I can't wait for mine to look great. Yeah, VS Code extension. Oh,
hey,
all right.
people
See,
just joined
elevator
us.
music. Ping elevator music.
For some reason, I can't hear the elevator music.
No, oh, I there. It doesn't exist. I need it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
thought I was like disconnected from the stream.
no, that's what I'm saying. I want to add it because now that I have sound support, I can add all kinds of sounds. So,
Nice.
oh, okay. It looks like it installed.
Okay.
Hey.
That's
All
Everything
right.
looks sweeter now, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. All right. Cool. 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 So we've got. So yeah. I guess you should be where I am, right? You're in. Yeah. There you are. Hey. So yeah. So this is what I'm
Yep.
seeing. I see a template and a script. Kind of like what is
Yeah.
happening here? Can you walk me through a little bit of what's going on?
Yeah, sure. So on your web page, you can see the server running, right? There's like a message that says, "Welcome to your Vue.js app,"
Oh yeah. Let's open that
and a
up.
couple of links there. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, I opened in a new window. Hang on. Sorry. Let me close this and then let me go to the other one I got running here, and we'll open it here. Oh, and then also I'm gonna go back to VS Code because I can share my local port with you. So, oh, it's already being shared. You can go to your
Yes,
local host and run it too.
yes, I am running it.
Oh, nice.
It's looking pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, you can't see my screen. I forgot to switch over. Thanks so much, y'all. I appreciate that. Now you can see my screen. Amateur hour over here. That's the one thing about doing multiple scenes. I always forget to switch back to the desktop. It's just us,
It's
our
so hard, I
faces.
know.
Okay, yeah,
The
so.
transition is sweet, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Well, that's why I have to do multiple layouts or I can't use the sweet transition, right? So it's like. All right, so yeah, we've got it, the template. I get what's kind of going on there, and then we can import other Vue components within our components and then use them.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of makes sense. So now that y'all can see the screen, I'm gonna jump back over, and we have welcome to your Vue.js app. It's got kind of a list of what's going on here, and if we go back to VS Code and go to, I guess that's going to be under components, hello world. That's where all this stuff is. Okay, so I'm with it. I already figured out how to do imports, so I feel like we're done. I'm a Vue master now, and we can get out of here.
I mean that's like pretty much it. To be honest, it's like what you see is what you get practically.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is always good.
yeah. It is. Okay, so here I see kind of the connection between components. What do we do? Like, what does it look like to add GraphQL to an app? What does that look like?
Yeah, that is very interesting. So to add GraphQL, all you have to do is
I'm gonna follow
uh,
you.
make a query in like your script section. So like, of course, you have to install a couple of
Yeah,
dependencies,
yeah.
right? But after you install that and add your, so it depends on how you want to go about it and the config. If you open, I'm not sure, can I open files?
You should be able to. Yeah, I'm following you. Yep. So there we go.
Okay, there we
Main.js is
go.
open. Yeah.
Okay, so in main.js, you add, you like instantiate Apollo
Got
and add
it.
like your endpoint,
So this
and
is like the
then
main
once
entry point into like the app essentially. Okay.
exactly, it's exactly that actually.
Okay.
This is your entry point. So yeah, after you do that, then you'll be able to use like Apollo anywhere in your components, and like yeah,
Okay.
after that you just go to like any script section and do something like Apollo and make a query, and you
Got it.
receive some data,
Yeah.
and you display that data in your template, and that's it.
Well, I mean, that sounds amazing. Let's actually do it, right? Let's make that happen. What do you think? You want to?
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah, let's
let's
start
do
setting
it.
it up.
Yeah.
So I guess the first
The thing
place.
I
Oh,
don't like about Vue is it makes everything seem super simple
yeah.
because like it just is. It's like you want to sort of like say okay it's this whole
Whoa.
complicated thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it really isn't. It's just like that's it.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I mean, it's up to you. Either I can kind of steer and you can talk us through it, or if you want, if you can start adding the code yourself. It's kind of dealer's choice here. Whatever you prefer and think would be easiest.
No, you could steer.
All right. Okay.
I think that'll be a nice learning experience for everyone.
Cool. Let's do that then. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I unfollowed you. So if you could follow me, I think if you go to the bring up the live share kind of tab. I don't know what you call this thing. The session details. If you click on my name, it should fill in that circle and you'll be following me. And then anytime I go to a new file, it should open up and you should be able to see everything I type.
Okay.
All right,
Done that.
All right, so let's test
I
it.
guess
So
I'm
I'll open
following you
up
now.
main and you should have jumped to main.
Yep,
Yeah?
I'm there. Yes,
Perfect. Okay,
it's
so
working.
speaking of that it's working, so I guess the first thing is we need some dependencies, right? Like I can't imagine that we can just do GraphQL without bringing in some packages. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have to bring in a few packages. So there's a couple of ways we could do it. Um, so we use Vue Apollo for GraphQL. It's like the most popular, I guess.
Yeah.
We could, because we have the Vue CLI running and installed, we could literally just say Vue add Apollo and it does like
No.
everything for us.
No.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
right
we
now, if
could
I
try
just
that.
run Vue add Apollo, it's gonna set up Apollo client.
It was exactly,
No
and GraphQL will be
way.
working.
No way. Oh, I need
There
to
you go.
upgrade Node.
Oh, what's the latest?
14. I need to go to 14. I'm on 13. I use NVM, so it's not. I just have to like update my latest like default version. But I did not know that like 13 was already at the end of its life.
NVM is such a gem,
Oh,
but like getting it installed is such a pain though.
it is a pain. And then the one thing that gets me every time is when you update to a new version of Node, all those global dependencies that you've installed are gone because it's like a new folder and they have to be reinstalled. Or at least for me, I don't know how to um, like get it to carry over my global installs. So it's a huge pain in the butt. Um,
Yeah, that sucks.
yeah, I've started using npx a lot simply because then I don't have to like install the CLIs. It works.
Yeah, I'm really loving NPX also.
Yeah. Add an example code. So it's done. This is really neat. It just
Yeah,
installed everything we need for Apollo, a bunch of dependencies.
yeah.
Uh, should we add the example code? What do you think?
I think not,
Okay.
because it's heavy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So let's keep it simple.
Yeah, I like that. Add a GraphQL API server. Yes, right?
Let's I like would have to spin up. That would be like
Oh,
a
that means like
awkward.
create one. I thought it meant like what's the
Yeah,
URL to your server. No, yeah, no, no, no.
no, so no.
Okay. Configure Apollo engine. I would honestly, I would say
No to
yeah.
know that
Yeah, I'm
also.
just gonna say no for now. Like, but I do like to put, but we're not. We're just using like an open source. Whenever I make my own schemas, I always put them in Apollo Studio. Actually, this name needs to be updated, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What does that do? I've never used that before.
That's a very good question. Well, it does a couple things, like, and I guess it also depends on like what like plan you're on. But on the free plan, you still get a lot of really cool stuff, like some information about your schema changes, operations, and their use, like usage amount and stuff like that. Explorer, which is like graphical, but it also supports subscriptions and like a lot of other features. Like it's like a GraphQL plus plus.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really cool. It's actually built. It's very VS Code feel editor for like working with GraphQL APIs. Yeah, it's awesome. And then there's like some other things, but I'm still a little wishy-washy about like what comes with it. My favorite feature is Schema Checks. So let's say
okay.
I push a schema into Apollo, and then I make a PR, but I've changed something in the schema. And let's say I removed a query, but there's been clients who have been making calls to it recently. It will like fail my PR and be like, you removed this query that's used by like these clients.
That's like life-saving.
Yes, literally, that's what it does. Like it's what it, yeah. So that's like just one of
Imagine
them.
merging a
Yeah.
PR,
Um,
crashing production.
what was that called? Schema. Scottigers, can you give me a little bit more about what called Apollo Studio? I think you might be talking about Apollo Studio. If you are,
Probably.
um, you can get to there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. 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 Apollo Studio, and then I actually just did a stream with Trevor Blades where we actually finished that soundboard app that I was talking about, and we set up the schema checks, the validation, so you can see it there. And then also Brian Douglas came on. Yeah, Brian Douglas came on a stream and from GitHub and walked me through setting that up.
Oh, Brian's amazing.
Yeah, he's the best. Walked me through setting up the GitHub actions to do like the schema checks and the schema pushes when something gets merged to master. It's really cool. It's really neat. But all right, but sorry, that was a huge derailment. No, we're not going to configure Apollo Engine right now. We're just going to go for it. Oh, neat. So that's how you get the provider in there.
Exactly.
Okay. This is cool to just watch it kind of pop up, you know, right in front of us. We don't even have to do anything. Very impressed by this CLI. What else does it support?
I have no idea, actually. I have to check, like, what else it can do. I know, well, I think it supports, well, I think I'm confusing the two, actually, because I know there's, like, a GUI version of Vue where you can, like, set up projects in your browser with, like, a UI.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can like install stuff like Apollo by clicking buttons.
Yeah, that.
And you still have like everything in VS Code.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
So it's like a full-on like GUI for setting up in your apps and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that is cool. All right, so it looks like we've got a provider. That makes sense. I'm going to go look at this Vue Apollo, though, because I'm very curious as to what's in here. So we've got Vue.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure, but I'm just going to take a quick little peek around, because why not? I like to see what's going on under the hood. And honestly, it looks like it's more comments than anything else, but it's just some standard configuration. So we've got, yeah, we're going to use Vue Apollo. I imagine this is some kind of like plugin system that Vue supports. And then auth token, we're not doing this because we decided not to set that up. And then we've got our endpoint, which we'll set later. We've got that's our HTTP endpoint, WebSocket endpoint, which is pretty much the same thing. And then cool. WebSockets only, false. SSR, false. Don't render on the server. Create provider. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. So we got create Apollo client. Okay, so then this is just setting up the provider that gets returned. This is cool. All right, well, yeah, I won't keep digging through here, but very cool stuff. Yeah, looks good.
It is very cool stuff.
Yeah.
So you were very right about like Vue use. Vue uses how we get like plugins to work with put plugins into the whole Vue instance and enable them to be used in like multiple components in our directory and app. So
nice.
That's sort of what Vue use does.
Got it. And so okay, cool. All right, so we've got this. We've got one thing that we do actually need to change is our HTTP endpoint. So what is the best practice way to do that?
So you can go into your Vue. Is that the Vue Apollo app?
Yep. So Vue Apollo.
Yeah. So what I usually do is I have an environment variable that sort of points to my endpoint. So you can either do that or hard code your
just right
your
here,
endpoint.
Right?
So I think just to test things out, we can start by hard coding it.
Yeah, I like that.
And then later on, I guess we could add it to a .env file.
For sure. And so and we're not going to deal with WebSockets. We're just doing queries. It's just to open GraphQL API. I don't even know if they have. I don't think they have subscriptions at all. Anyway,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. But regardless, we wouldn't be doing that anyway right now. We're just going to deal with like queries for now and just kind of understanding at the very basic, like how do I start with Vue and Apollo. So I think this is a great use case. So let's just hard code it for now. So that should work there. So let me save that, and I'll just leave the the WebSocket URL because we're not going to use that anyway. Okay, so
Yeah,
we've
that's cool.
updated that. So now what do we do? I'm excited. The excitement
Okay.
builds.
So now we go into what is that file called? Where do we want to display our data?
I guess
Uh,
app.view,
okay.
and we just might as
Yeah,
well work from
let's do
here
that.
to start, right?
Yeah. So
I'm
let's
gonna.
let's clean it up a bit.
Yeah,
Like
you're reading my mind.
yeah, let's get rid of some stuff. So like yeah, there like the hello world component can go, and yeah, let's get into the script section now.
Okay.
So in export default, no, we don't have to import anything initially.
Okay.
So we can just start by like setting up a follow. And then like this is where I have that problem, or like ask myself like, do we want inline queries or do we want to have like
Ah,
everything in another
yeah.
file?
Let's start with the inline query just to get it working, and then I'd like to see what it looks like moving that out, and then having these like single file components with the GraphQL queries somewhere else. I think that'd be neat.
Okay, great. So you should install GraphQL tag.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
that'll help. Yeah,
yeah,
let's do that real quick. So let me jump into.
I'll import that
Nice.
while you're installing. I'm very eager to get into this. Uh,
It's GraphQL dash tag, right? Like spelled out. Yeah.
yeah, so
There we
GraphQL
go.
tag.
Yep. Cool.
GraphQL tag. There we go.
Yeah. So that's
And
installing.
then yeah, we won't save yet.
There we go.
Is that done?
Yep.
Okay, great. So now we like instantiate like an Apollo object thing. And so with Vue, the only thing that I'm not really sure how this works in other like front end frameworks, but when we're using we have to like set a property name that matches the root of our response.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
we've got to like see what our response looks like, and then sort of match that here.
Interesting.
Well, at least
Okay.
that's how it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, like the recommended approach is like creating a data property that is empty, so it doesn't mess with like reactivity. Because we're going to be rendering that stuff at the end of it all.
So if I'm just going by like the trending, I figured we could just pull in to start like an array of the trending movies and TV shows. It looks like we'll have data trending edges as our like
Yeah.
structure. Does that make sense? Is that what you were asking? Like what will be the outputted data
Yeah.
structure?
Yeah. So okay. Our response is trending is like the first item in like our response tree, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well,
Great.
technically, I
Okay.
think data is going to be the first property that gets returned. Data
Okay.
trending. Yeah.
Data trending. So we can skip the data and like name name the thing trending.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is how you spell trending, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I have so many words that are like that. Like 90% of my Google searches are just me like making sure I'm spelling words properly.
okay, and then I guess we just put in the query here. So
Okay.
GQL, and then you can paste that in because I think you have it
Yeah. Let me go grab it.
in. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put this in here. Although I do want to give it a name. Always give your
Yeah, that's
queries a
perfect.
name, folks. um,
Always.
yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So now we've got our query.
Yeah.
All right. So now what? We just run this? This just works?
Um, we should see like activity in the network panel.
Wow. No way. All right. So let me try this.
Is the server still running?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably. Is there a way to turn off WebSockets, I wonder? Because that does keep failing. But yeah, it's running.
Great,
Network error failed to fetch.
Which one is that?
Let me reload real quick. Yeah, network error failed to fetch from Vue Apollo. Oh, post. Yeah, the error failed. Why? Let me go to the network tab.
Yeah, I can't see any activity on that endpoint. Are we supposed to like add /GraphQL?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, we got a 404. Wait. Oh, yeah. Yes, possibly. I guess no one's coming. Maybe. Let's try and add /GraphQL. Yeah, because this is just the URL to Graphql. So I just assumed that this was it. But yes. Let's see. No, still failed.
Well, that's funny. So I'm looking at my network thing, and I'm looking for like the request. But I think because it's tunneling my server through yours, it's making requests to VS Code, and everything's just like a GET request.
I think
so my my inspection will be totally useless. I'll leave that to you. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's try and finish it up and then troubleshoot from there.
Yes, I like that. All right.
Okay. So back to our app.vue file.
Yes. Okay.
Let's see. Let's create I'll create a data property. So like, if you have any data that you need to use in your application, this is how you do it in Vue.
Ooh, I've heard about this. And you can like access other data points and like return. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. What's the one you could use to like turn like static data into like joining a first and a last name and stuff like that? Isn't that like a thing, or am I making this up?
I'm not really sure what that might be, but it sounds like it exists.
Like virtual properties, like in your data. Yeah, never mind. I think I'm confusing things. All right, so we've got this. So now what would that do?
Okay, so this makes sure that when like trending, the result will be stored in trending, and
got it.
Oh wait, this trending rather, and then that will populate that, and then we can check that out.
I got it. Okay. I like this.
Yeah. So let's try and display some data.
All right, let's do it. So I'm trying to turn off my AC. It's got like freezing in here for some reason.
Same, I feel you. Is it summer?
It's like getting to be fall, but sometimes the sun comes through like at one of our windows and just like beats on this room, and so it's like gets real hot even though it's not hot outside. It's fun times.
Yeah, I feel you. It's like midsummer here, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Lazy.
Yeah. So all right, I want to add data. Oops, I'm in the wrong place. Okay. First, I should probably be in the right place, which would be like up here. So how do I do that in Vue? What does it look like? Like, how do I access data in a template?
Okay, so we use something like called interpolation. So I'll define something like a name, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'll let you access that. So the name would be, what did we call this? Vuevies.
Yeah.
Vuevies.
Boom.
Great. So now that I have that done, all you need to do is like pick out your tag, like what tag do you want to display this data in?
Okay, so let's just say that's the title, so we'll just give it an H1.
Yeah, and then So in between,
Uh-huh.
you use these double curly brackets.
Got it.
Yeah, and then in between that, just type name.
Oh, okay. So
And then
just
yep,
interpolation, like templating 101.
exactly.
Cool.
That's exactly what it's called, interpolation.
Okay, awesome. Very
Cool.
cool.
Then save, and that should appear.
It does. It does. We're still not getting, I don't know why. I need to figure out the issue with the URL, so I should solve that. And I'm wondering, how did I even get here? Because this tab is closed. I did it from like open GraphQL APIs. And I think I went here. And then I believe I was here. Try it in the repo. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot of data, and yet we can access it, but we don't seem to be able to do it. Oh.
There is nothing there. Interesting.
Huh. The plot thickens. So maybe we can't use this. Well, that's no fun, but how did we do this? Like, I mean, I guess... How are they serving this then?
How quick do you think we could spin up something with like data from a JSON file or something?
Pretty quick. That is what we have, right?
So we added the GraphQL. Maybe we should check it out.
Oh yeah. It could be that we don't have like basic auth or a key or something like that. Let me see what else they got going on. Headers. Oh, it's because same origin. I bet it's cores.
Oh, I hate cores errors.
Yeah, well, they probably don't have cores on, which is like, I mean, you know, it's their own thing. So I can't say much, but yeah, I didn't even think about that. So we probably can't use it just because cross origin. So yeah, what we could do, this is still doable. So what we'll do is run this query. I don't want to recreate their whole thing. Let's just make our own server. Take a couple minutes.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. The thing is that I wonder how bad it would be. I'm just going to put it right in here. This won't break anything. All right, so we'll add that. I'm going to create a new terminal, add you to it so that you can see what's going on in there. Make read write, and then yarn add Apollo server and GraphQL, and I think that's all we need. But I need to CD in the server first. Oh, you know what? I was gonna yarn a knit in there too. Darn it.
I have no idea what's going on. I just see like a black screen.
Oh, so I CD'd into the server directory I created in our project, and I'm running yarn and knit -y just to get like a package JSON file. Now I'm running yarn add Apollo server and GraphQL because that is a dependency. So that's installing. So now in index for server, I'm gonna say const Apollo server equals.
Oh, there we go. Okay, because I was stuck in like index. I couldn't see the terminal for some reason.
Yeah, sometimes it's still weird with sharing terminals. They don't always show up. And then we can say equals new Apollo server. And that's going to need type defs and resolvers. So we'll take care of that. And then we say server.listen. I want to say, and we pick a port. We'll do 4000, which was the default for Vue. Then that means it's loaded. Oops. So we can console.log server ready. Cool. So that's done. But now we need. Oops. And it's also not a default export. But we also need GQL because we got to make a tag here ourselves. So we'll say const type defs is equal to GQL. I hate that it always does the third one. Okay. And then here we'll say type query. And to start, we'll say, we'll say trending, which will return an array of string. And then that will take care of that. That's actually all we need. And then we could say const resolver. If I could spell resolvers, thank you, equals. It's an object with query being ours. So we have an object, a root object on our resolvers for each type within our type defs. And so then here we're going to say trending. And because this is like a leaf node, we're going to need and we don't have just flat data, we need a resolver to resolve our data for now, which can just return an empty array.
Watching this is so beautiful.
So we've got our
GraphQL server.
I love it. It's so much fun. So I believe this would give us what we need. So we can actually test it. Oh, I broke something. Existing schema modules. Oh, type defs. Server ready. Says it's running. Let's go check that. So first let me try and I'll verify and then I'll share Graphql with you if it is running.
Okay.
All right, we got playground, trending. Okay, so it's up, it's running. So
Great.
Let me share localhost 4000 with you now. We'll call it localhost 4000. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to stop the server for a minute, so the port's not going to be working for you. I'm going to install nodemon and then start it back up again. So if we make changes, it just starts back up.
It restarts.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with it.
Cool.
Yarn add nodemon. Cool. And then we'll go into the package JSON here, and I'll add a script. And we'll do start, which will be just node index.js, and then we'll have dev, and we'll make that nodemon index.js. Yeah, boom, like that. So now we say yarn dev, and now we got nodemon running. Cool. Whoa, that might be like a record.
Nice. It is. That was like
Apollo
what,
server.
4 minutes?
Yeah. All right. Cool. So that's up. That's running. That's nice. Okay. Yeah. Let's. Okay. So we've got this. We need data though. So it's like it's done, but like it's not done. So we actually want to return something here. So what do we were gonna do movies. Should we just like stick with that? We could run a query from our movie
Hmm.
database and then just kind of port that uh, data into our static little API. Or we could make up our own data. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's try the. Oh, would that work? Wouldn't we still have the core issues if we port that data?
No, so what I meant was I'm just gonna run a query. Like we already know
Oh,
what
okay.
this
That
structure
way.
looks like. So we'll get some data that we want off of like some movies. Maybe even I'll
Mm.
just switch to movies. And then we can look at what some of the things are. We'll just get a list of movies and work with that. I feel like that's probably good, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so
We
let's look at.
would get some interesting responses.
Yeah, yeah, we certainly would. So let's see. Oh, we've got a now playing. There's a now playing on movies. Oh, so movies is a type. It's not a search. Okay. So we could do movies now playing. All right, let's try that.
Okay.
That sounds fun. So we've got movies. I'm going to get rid of everything in here. Just, clean it up. Prettify. Nope, I guess because that's empty. All right, fine. Whatever.
Why is such a useful tool?
Yeah, it really is. All right, so now playing, and then we'll do the last 20. Give us 20 movies. And then movie connection. So that's going to be edges. Oops. Edges. Node. Which is going to give us a movie. Cool. And so we've got anything we want here. So one thing we're going to want is the poster. Oh, wait. I got to do ... on movie? That doesn't seem right. And yet it works. No, it doesn't.
Do we? No, I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
it's just. Yeah, I can't see the title though. Oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah, it's just type name. I must have. Oh, movie Edge. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, you went Edge and then Node.
Yeah, edges. So here's edges. Movie Edge. Node. Movie. Right?
Yeah. Why is it being weird?
Let me just put type name in here.
Let's
I'm
see
just
what
gonna
comes
run
out.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Type name movie. This is weird. Poster requires a
Like
poster
anything
size.
we do on Node
Oops.
is just
Invalid.
not working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Is it not working for you?
No. It should work. Node should be able to like bring that predictive text for all the other
Yep.
fields in it. Let me... Okay, let me try the movies.
It's working. I'm not getting the autocomplete, but it's still working, so whatever.
Okay.
I got the
That's
list
cool.
of stuff here. Yeah, so let's do original title.
Yeah.
And I've got poster already. They're going to be gigantic, but hey, that's cool.
CSS
Oh,
script
title. There
type.
is a title. So we'll do
Oh.
title.
Oh.
Okay. There's even videos. We won't do that. I want like a description. Ah, what do you know?
There's
Details.
details.
Yeah, details. Which is a detailed movie. Which just keeps going to a detailed movie. Overview.
Let's
We
see.
want overview. Alright, let's try overview. Okay.
That sounds right.
You would think. Some
I've
have
never heard of
overviews.
any of these.
Yeah, me either. Some have overviews and some do not. Let me try
Okay.
first 20.
Yeah.
Because it might be like a reverse order. Yeah, Mulan, Rogue,
Okay.
Peninsula.
Okay.
There we go. Ava, Project Power. Okay, so there we go. It was just backwards. That's why we've never heard of them. And they all have overviews. Is there anything else we want to grab while we're here? There's more images. There's number of ratings. And then, is there like a
Rating.
score?
I'd like to see like popularity index.
Ooh, popularity index. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. What else? I feel like this
And
is
rating.
good.
So there's
Rating,
just
yeah.
rating.
Oh, rating is there.
I
Cool.
want-
It is there as a number.
Yeah.
Cool. Rating, and then do we want number of ratings? Like how many people rated it?
Yeah, let's try that. Or maybe release date also. That would be fun.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
would be nice to add.
All right. Release date, rating, and then what was the other one? Number of ratings. Yeah. All right. I feel like that's a good data set. All right. So we run this. So now we've got this data. I'm just like gonna copy what we got here, and I'll update our response to mimic this.
Cool. I think I'll change up everything from trending because like we're using movies. Do you
Yeah.
want to change that or let's just leave it?
We'll just leave it as like trending. That's fine.
Okay. Let's leave it.
We'll pretend. I mean, this is what's in theaters, so what's in theaters is now trending. Pinocchio.
Future, yeah.
Yeah, right. It's not. It's
Pinocchio's
not
in
that.
theaters.
Oh no, I don't know how many curly braces I need. I'll just grab that many. Let me see. I left out 2. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh no, I grabbed 1 extra. That's
3.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. I just delete 1.
Take it out.
Okay, this is about to get real gnarly. So I think for trending, we want to return an array. Yes. I grabbed too much stuff. Let's just do this. Make this a little easier to work with. First of all, we'll get rid of that. Second of all, we want just this stuff. So I need to get rid of... I'll be there all day if I do that. Let's just jump to the bottom.
And delete another one, yeah?
Yeah, delete that. So now
Yeah.
we've got all of our objects. Whee! So we go all the way up. There's got to be a faster way. Oh yeah, I could probably just like shift click, but whatever. We're there now. All right, so Command X, we'll take that. We'll get rid of this object, Command V. So we're getting close, but now we have to adjust these things because they're under. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this node. So let's do this. There's a lot of them. Command Shift K, but now it's going to break because there's going to be an extra closing in all of these, right? So
I love the sound of your keyboard.
thanks.
What switches do you have?
These are cherry something like silent silvers or something like that, I want to say. Or, I mean, they're pretty quiet, but I press pretty hard. I'm like, bap, 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 bap. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. It's nice. I like it. It's like white noise to me. Yeah.
This is very nice. I saw someone asking for ASMR content on mechanical keyboards.
Yeah.
I would sleep to that.
Yeah. Seriously. Have you ever seen Cassidy's like videos? What's her name? Cassidy Do on Twitter. She does like all the funny like TikTok videos. She has one on like
Oh, from
ASMR for developers. She's like typing on a keyboard. It's really funny. I'll try to find it.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
please send it.
Okay, cool. So we've got this, but now this is not going to match, right? Because like we need like an actual type. So let's have a type of movie. We'll keep ours simpler, which I think actually that is what their type is called. Type name movie.
Movie. Yeah.
So if I do this, though, I should be able to. We just want to make it movie, right? I think that's a lot easier. All right, so movie. And then we had poster, which is string. We'll make it required. Overview. That was a string not required. Release date. We'll just make a string to keep it simple.
And popularity index is a float.
Yeah, thank you. Yep. Popularity index, float. Oops. Rating was an int. And then, or maybe that was a float too, and number of ratings was an int. I think that's actually, yeah, rating is a float. All right. So poster, overview, title. We need title.
Yeah, rating was a float, rate and popularity index was a float also. And yeah, I think we've got everything right. Yep.
Nice. Cool. All right. So that's all cleaned up. So now this is going to be movie. So let's save that. Okay, so that's working. Let's jump back to we know we could take something kind of like this. Let's just copy this and go to our Graphql trending. Drop this stuff in. Errors. Oh, size. Yes. Our poster will not support that. There we go.
Perfect. Very
cool.
Nice. Very clean.
Yeah.
Very
okay.
GraphQL-y.
Very GraphQL-y, right? Okay, so that's working. So now the real question is, so what we want to do, we want to go here, and as funny enough, we can just Command Z this. And this is going to be localhost 4000. And now technically, these are on by default, so that'll clear up those errors. So now if we go to our app, to the Vue Vs, and we reload.
Yep.
No! Well, it's still failing to connect.
Bad request. Why? What
Oh, bad request. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit better. Cannot query field edges. We have to fix our query inside of app.vue. We don't have edges or node. Oh, we have to change this whole thing. Let me grab the query from
the playground.
Yeah, you got it. We really don't need type name at this point. We know they're all movies. All right, so jump back into here, and I think we're there now. That was pretty quick. Spin that up, get some data in there.
That was a good error.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Oh, cool.
Okay, now there's no errors. I don't think. Look at that. Well, WebSocket failed to connect. Oh, because that is still /GraphQL. I don't know why.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. This does need to be GraphQL for the subscriptions. And yeah, so when we reload, no errors. Okay, all right, so.
No errors.
Boom, we're there. We are there. We have Vue. We have Apollo hooked up. Next is setting up some. Oops, I put that on the wrong side. Some UI. Let's build something.
Yes, let's do that. So let's get something on the page just so we can see everything appearing. So let's get back to app.vue.
Boop.
Great. Okay. So just the way we did, we interpolated name.
Uh-huh.
We can do that for like practically everything that we get back from from the GraphQL server.
Okay.
Oh no, my gosh, I almost forgot. So we have to iterate over everything because there's like a bunch of
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So we have to use the v4 directive, which doesn't work on the unordered list tag.
Okay.
So we have to make a div first.
Okay.
And let's change that to div. How do we do this? So v4, and
It would be trending, right?
yeah, v4. What do we name this? So movies in trending, right?
Yeah.
Okay, movies in trending. And then let's
movie
say
in trending, would it be? Because like we're getting down to the singular. Or no? Oh, never mind. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm supposed to put like a key. Also, just so that things. Were we querying an ID, by the way?
Oh, no, I should probably add that in. I don't think we have an ID. Let's use the title. They all have individual titles. Can we use that as the ID?
Okay, let's do that. I was gonna make an index and use that. So, what is it? Movie. I'm doing this wrong. It's a V thing. Okay, movie dot. Oh, it's movies, right? Oh, do we go singular like you said?
I think it would be singular because then at that point we're doing each individual one, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Is title uppercase?
Lowercase.
Yeah, lowercase. Okay. So yes, that's that. So now inside this div tag, we can like display anything we want using like the movie keyword. So like
Got
movie
it.
title.
So now we can
overview poster.
Got it. So we could do like with this, but with movie. So like what line 4 has. Okay, cool. So let's start with that. So this div will act as like our. So now we have access to each movie, so we want to render like them in a div, right? So like this would be our child item, and we'll be able to turn this into kind of like a grid or something, I guess. So we've got a div. We're gonna need an image with the source equal to. So I think it would go like that, right? And then it would be movie.poster. Or does it?
For that, it's a bit different.
Okay.
We just use the braces. What are they called? Like the quotation marks.
Oh, so
instead of the
like this?
Yeah.
No way. That's neat. Okay. So for now, we'll just do that, and then we would be like h3, and then here would be movie.title. And then we've got a paragraph for our
description.
Movie. Yeah, I think it's overview. We called it though specifically. And then we also want our popularity index. For now, I'm just gonna put it out here. Popularity index, and then we'll also want our rating, and then rated. Let's do this. Rated this, and then we'll get rid of this closing span by people. Cool.
That's a lot of progress.
Yeah. Good. This movie is blank popular, and we'll figure out how we want to like deal with that for now. But I think this is good. That's a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, this looks pretty good.
Okay, so let's just see what happens. Okay, progress.
Dun, dun, dun.
We are getting some 404s on the image, but I imagine that's oh no, it's not taking it as like a view property.
Let's see. Oh, we're supposed to add the, what is it called?
Still need the braces.
No. So leave that as it is.
Oh, sorry.
As the what's it called? I keep forgetting the name of these things. Exclamation
Oh,
point.
the
Exclamation
colon,
point?
the colon. Is it like the two dots?
No. So we definitely do need the colon, but for some reason I can't remember what these things are called.
Oh, quotes. Yeah, quotes.
Quotes,
Yeah,
quotation
double
marks.
quotes. Quotes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny. Okay.
yeah. So this should work.
Okay.
We needed the colon so that it takes it as a view. Yeah, as a view directive.
Oh,
So this
so
should work
that's
now.
how that understands that it's like view specific. Oh, did it not save maybe? Yeah, there we go. Sometimes it happens with live share. Hey! So it's
Ooh, that is
gigantic.
huge.
Gigantic, but it's here.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, so let's first things first slap a size on this. Like, just, we could probably use some CSS, but just cuz, like,
We do.
yeah, that's a lot. There we go. It's a little better. Neat.
Looks much nicer.
Yeah, already. This is
Yeah.
ship it. We're done. We're done here, folks.
It's a
um,
minimal
yeah.
1990s movie website thing.
Oh my goodness. I love how a percentage of people voted. Like rated 6.9 by 500, is that 557,000 people?
Yeah, I know that's
557 people?
507.9.
Yeah, how do you get to
So like
0.973 people? That's where I'm trying to figure out.
it's like 0.27 of someone that didn't want or did not like the movie.
Oh, this is cool, yeah. So we're already doing queries. So I have a couple of questions. Like, I'm less concerned about like how the UI looks, and more concerned about
Yeah.
like maybe we could go over a couple of things that I have questions about. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So
That's very cool.
in GraphQL, it's very common to have queries that have variables, things that you want to put into that.
Mm,
But what we did was we put this kind of trending thing down here, right? We drop this in. How do we
yeah.
pass in variables?
So just the way we have like trending as a property, we can create like a variable for properties. And the last time I did this was in Nuxt, and I think Nuxt has a very different way of doing this. So
We could look at the
I
docs.
need, yeah, let's look at the docs.
I could have swore I
So
had
Vue
Vue
Apollo,
Apollo open. Here we go.
great. So let's see how they do variables.
I'll just go to queries. I'll start there.
Oh, okay. I think it's very similar. So I was right about like creating variables.
Yeah.
So in Nuxt, you create a variable function rather than just have it a property like that.
Oh, okay.
But all we have to do is just add
Ah.
add whatever variable we have inside this, yeah, inside that.
I see.
And then we can pass those variables into the query whenever we make them.
I see. So how we have trending, we would actually turn this into an object with a property called query, and then another property called variables. That's what the docs look like.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. I
Yep.
am understanding that correctly. Awesome. Okay, so that takes that. But now, here's my question. We know we're
Yeah.
going to need a variable, right? In this case, trending, let's say we wanted to do a limit or something. How do I pass that into this component? Now, this is a bad example because app is our root component, but let's say it was a component that we were importing. So I guess this is more of a Vue question, which is like, how do I pass properties to child components in Vue? Like, how would...
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like if we had a
Yeah.
movies component and we wanted to pass the limit of how many we wanted to show and then make sure the query gets that, what would that look like?
Okay, so we use props, I guess.
Okay.
That's usually my go-to.
Okay.
I use props because then you can just. So if I have.
Let me follow you.
So the way we had like the hello world. Yeah. Where
Okay.
am I?
Where am I?
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm in app.vue. Okay, great. So if we had a what do we call this thing? Like a drawer component, right?
Yeah.
How do you spell drawer?
Yep, there you go.
That's how it's spelled. So we'll just define props here and pass in. So here we have name. So we'll do something like name, and that is equals to. No, actually, we would have to name our prop something else. Terrible at naming because the only thing that came to my head is data.
That's fine.
And then name. So what this means is like data is our prop name, and data is what we use to reference this name data type.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, this name data type in our child. So in our child component would have to sort of initialize this data prop, and then would use that prop as as we'd use any other data property in Vue. We can interpolate it and pass it as like a value.
Okay.
In the template.
So let me make sure I've got this correct. So data, what is here, these are essentially basically defaults, but could also be coming from props. Like if this component was used somewhere else and passed in trending would get populated. Is that correct?
So no. So we have to define props ourselves in Vue.
Okay.
And in today's world, props are very typed.
Data would be equal to this data, kind of. Okay.
Exactly. Oh no, that was a terrible name, I guess. Let's call this movie. So like that data wasn't like related to that at all.
Got it. Okay.
But this is just how we'll reference the prop in our child component in drawer.
Got it.
So instead of like, we could name it name also, but it would just be a little confusing.
Yeah.
That just means we'd reference name in our child as name.
And then you could just reference it here, like literally name, right? Is that
exactly?
Okay.
So we can try it out if you're up for that.
We could. It's kind of like a lot of circular stuff. We could create a child component real quick if we wanted to. Why don't we do this? Yeah. Let's create a component for the movie, because there's a couple properties that we could just pass through. So what if we did like movie, and then we change this to like title, and that would be title in the child property. Title. Is that what that means? In the child component?
Yeah. And so we don't have a data item called title.
Well, we don't yet because we haven't even created movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
so
confused.
We'd have to reference this from so this is the parent, right?
Movie
title
dot
would have
title
to exist somewhere in the parent.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It would be movie dot title. Is that right? Or no? I'm trying to react. I'm trying to react Vue right now. I think is what's happening.
No, okay, so let's try that out. I've never done it this way.
Let's just start with this. Yeah, so
because it's in the div.
Well, this is gonna break because like movie doesn't exist, right? So we gotta make that exist. Yeah. So we gotta create that, correct? Yeah. All right, so I'll create a new component, new file. We'll call it movie.vue. And then what's like the quick way? So we do template.
Yeah.
And then
you
here
can have that like set up.
We said H3.
You had like what's it called? Yes.
H3. Do we need? Oops, this should be a closing. Do we need to do like our export default, like our script tag, right?
Yes, you have to have your script tag because that's how we'll get what's it called? The props in.
Name movie. And then here we also have to say data, which is a function.
Yeah, and then it returns the data properties.
So title would be one, and we'll just make it that. What did I break?
So name is like, I think the order matters.
Oh, name has to come before.
Yeah.
I think well, that needs a comma. I think I have an extra parenthesis here too.
That's
right? No, that's right. Oh, this.
yeah. Why isn't that work?
Because that doesn't need a comma. I had a comma on the
Oh,
return statement. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so
okay.
that
Yeah.
that should work. That's a movie, right? So now how do we get
Mm.
movie? Let's take movie and let's
So we
move
have
it.
to import it first.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to move it, but I just want to get rid of this so that we can be
Oh,
sure that that's working. And so yeah, we import it here. That would be lowercase, right? Like how we
yeah.
plan. Okay.
Well, I think Vue would do some magic and make sure that that works. So both
Got
would
it.
work, I guess.
Okay. Is this right?
Yep, that looks right. Components movie. Yeah, you don't have to call it movie.view, but yeah, that should
Yeah,
work. And
yeah.
then all you need to do is register it as a component.
Oh, in movie.view. Oh no, components, right?
Yeah,
So
in
here
export
we.
default. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, no worries, no worries at all. Thanks. Sorry, I'm just like super interested. I'm gonna getting into this, and so then here we say movie. Um, is this unexpected? Oh, right. If I could code
Yes,
today,
exactly.
like that,
So
like
props.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just take the props out. There we go.
What props? Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, no, I was starting out to define props at the bottom, and it was making ESLint mad.
Ah, yeah, I broke something. I think I broke something.
Wait, this is the query, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I broke something.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay, so this should work now.
Okay. There we
Yes.
go. Okay. All right. Let's try that. So we should still have our titles.
Yep.
And we
Where's
do not.
QVs?
Oh, it's putting in title. It says view V's for each one. What did I do wrong there? Let me look at this. Oh, that's really weird. What did I do?
The the poster isn't working. Oh wait, I don't know what's up with mine. Oh, okay, there we go. Um,
Yeah, I'm not. This movie is. So I'm not getting the title.
which title? Oh,
The title
from.
of the
Oh, okay.
movie. Yeah.
So what we're
Oh, it
supposed
is
to do
there.
here is
It's there. It just
which
says
one?
0 height for some reason.
Yeah. So title
Oh.
doesn't exist.
It
So here's
exists,
what
but it made
here's
it.
what we're supposed to do.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
So
sorry. You do your thing.
yeah. So you define like data. So data is like only component based and like doesn't switch. So what you're trying to do here is get
Props.
title from the parent, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
we need to define props instead
Well,
of
instead of data,
data.
we define props.
Exactly.
Oh. Okay, so
So
let's do
here's where
that.
we say props. And then what I do is just say title and that should work.
Okay. All right, so I got confused. So data is this is specific to Apollo and the data coming back from there or things being hard
No,
coded.
so data is Vue, but this is like the scope of data is only this component, right? And if we want to pass anything into another component, then we have to do it via props.
Okay, so when Apollo runs this query, it's going to update data, which is isolated to this one component, but things coming in from other components are put into props.
Yeah,
Okay, got it. All
I
right, so
hope that
now, yeah, let's go find out.
it says. Is it
Hey, it's
working?
working. I still don't know why we're getting view V's over every single one. And I don't know what I did there. Oh, I remember why. because I just put an example like out in the middle of a name. I just dropped this down here. This is working.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this works. This works. It works. And now I know how to pass information. Yeah, so it's working. Yeah.
For the name, because I thought we were already displaying the name. Oh, we took that out and then replaced it with a component just to display the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Via props, right?
Exactly. And so then, because I was just curious of what we could do is like, take all of movie and make it a prop and pass that into movie and have like a component for the individual movies. That's what I was thinking. This was just step one.
That would work for you.
Yeah, that would work, but I don't think we need to. I get it now. I think folks get it, like, so understand how the inheritance works. My real thing was because, like, if we had a list of movies, in all honesty, you might not have like the image or the overview or pull all of that from a list. So I was curious, like, how do I get the ID of the movie into a child component so that I could do like a details query? But now I know. I know exactly how I would do that.
This is it.
Nice. That is it. This is very cool. And we're like pretty much right at time, so we've gone a few minutes over already. I feel like this is like a good wrapping up stopping point if you feel the same way.
Already?
Yeah.
This is so fun.
It's been an hour and a half already. I know, it flies by. But yeah, because I feel like in order to start anything else would probably take us a bit longer than we have. But we did it. We made Vue Vs only because like I have a hard stop in like 15 minutes. Unfortunately, I got something at 5 my time. So, but
okay.
Yeah, but I do again want to thank you for coming on and walking me through this. I feel a lot more comfortable with Vue now. I would like to maybe we do a future one. Maybe build this out a bit more, maybe add like a search and some styling or something like that, kind of like really make like a full-on Vue app. If you're interested, let me know.
I would love that.
Okay.
Vue has so much potential.
It does. It needs to live. It needs, I mean, this is just the very beginning, like literally the minimal amount we could do. And I think there's a lot of fun room for stuff. Okay, so we'll figure that out. But, we've got a few minutes. Also chat if you're there. If you got any questions, let me know. Now's the time. Is there anything that you're working on or anything you want to talk about, or before we head out, anything we didn't get to cover?
Who, me, or like people in the chat?
You. Oh, well, but you especially. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that's like, I don't know, I'm doing a lot. But
I love to hear it.
I've got a pretty cool blog post coming out very soon. Which I spent the whole day actually working on.
Nice.
On 11t, and you do quite a bit of 11t work also, right?
I do. Yeah, I've been known to dabble.
Yeah, so it's like on 11t and Strappy. I think that's
cool.
Pretty cool, and we're using Strappy's API. That was nice. And so Jonathan, I don't know if you know about Chakra UI Vue. That's also pretty cool, and it's like a very interesting project.
I would like to check that out. I like Chakra, so I'm all about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're building like a job board with Nuxt. Is it Nuxt actually? Yeah, it is Nuxt. Nuxt and Chakra UI.
Nice.
And that's very fun. And I just started like a video series on that.
Oh, cool! Wow, you are working on a lot. You weren't kidding.
Oh, yeah, a few stuff I gotta talk about, but. They will be out soon.
Nice. That's awesome. They're very cool. I guess from my side, let's see what we got coming up. Well, tomorrow I'll be kicking off a new project with Trevor Blades for we do a stream called Launchpad where we build like small apps start to finish. We just did Jam Spam, which was like a soundboard app. Everyone can go to it and spam each other with sounds. Yeah, and those sounds made their way into the chat. That's where those sounds came from. And then, so we're going to do that. And then, what else? I believe there's some e-commerce, Jamstack stuff coming up next week. And, some other cool stuff. You can check out the calendar, this old schedule. It's just Google Calendar.
Stream calendar.
Yeah, we got a stream calendar. It's just a Google Calendar, so you can subscribe to it, stay up to date. I just dropped the link in the Twitch chat. Yeah, and then, I think that's about it from my end. That sums up everything.
Yeah, it sounds fun. The Jamstack e-commerce thing is something I'd love to see.
Oh, cool. Well, it should be. I want to say it's Wednesday of next week at the exact same time. So,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm jumping on.
heck yeah, please do. We'd love to have you. And I think that's it. I mean, unless you got something else, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna leave.
Yeah.
We're gonna end the stream, folks.
I
Yeah.
will let you prepare for your thing, and it's been great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I
You know,
think I've
this
had
was
fun
a
this
lot of fun.
late on a weekday in a while.
Yeah, yeah, I know it's late for you. So again, thank you for making it work. I'm sorry about the hoops and the rescheduling. I do apologize, but I'm so glad we got it done. It's just the beginning. Now we can
Yeah,
continue to build this app out. I'm excited.
same
uh,
thing, same here.
yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
push.
it was worth the wait.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll push this to GitHub, folks, and tweet out the URL, and then I'll add it to the bots for next time. And with that, we're gonna get out of here. Daniel, thank you again. Everyone in chat, thank you. It's much appreciated having y'all join us. And yeah, peace out. We'll see y'all later. Bye, everyone.
Ciao.